Do you want to become a man who commands respect, stands firm in his values, and navigates life with unshakable strength? In this video, we'll uncover the timeless wisdom of Miyamoto Musashi that will guide you to becoming the best version of yourself. Step 1. Develop emotional intelligence. To become a strong and polite man, you need to work on your emotional intelligence. To have emotional intelligence, or EQ, you need to be able to recognize and deal with your own feelings, as well as the emotions of others. It's a skill that will help you stay calm when things get tough, connect with people more deeply, and handle tough situations with grace. For Miyamoto Musashi, it was just as important to master the mind as it was to master the sword. He knew that real strength isn't just physical strength, but also mental clarity and emotional control. Being aware of yourself is an important part of emotional intelligence. Being aware of your own feelings, thoughts, and actions is what this means. Musashi taught that before going to fight, a hero should know himself fully, including his skills and flaws. Being self-aware helps you tell when your feelings are affecting the choices you make in daily life. For instance, being self-aware can help you stop and think before you act when you're feeling annoyed or angry. Not only does this keep you grounded, but it also gets you respect because it shows that you can handle problems quietly. Self-control is another important part of emotional intelligence. Keeping your feelings in check so they don't affect what you do is part of it. Musashi thought that even in the heat of fight, you should stay calm and focused. In today's world, this could mean keeping your cool during a fight, or fighting the urge to lose your cool when things don't go your way. People will see that you are in charge of your feelings instead of letting them rule you if you practice self-regulation. This amount of self-control is a sign of a strong, polite person. One important part of emotional intelligence is empathy, which means being able to understand how other people feel. Musashi's theory says to look deeper than what things seem to be to find out what they are really like. This is also true for people. Putting yourself in someone else's shoes can help you see things from their point of view and react in a kind and caring way. People are naturally drawn to people who show they understand, so this makes you easier to talk to and builds better relationships. Getting better at social skills is therefore very important for emotional intelligence. It's about how to talk to each other, settle disagreements, and create trusting relationships. Musashi said that a real fighter had to learn to read both the outside and the inside of the battlefield. In social situations, this means being able to read hints, change how you talk to people, and know when to talk and when to listen. With these skills, you can easily handle tricky social scenarios, which builds respect and admiration between people. By improving your emotional intelligence, you give yourself the tools to become a calm and healthy person. As long as you have this base, you can treat other people with respect while staying strong inside. Musashi's lessons tell us that managing our feelings isn't enough to master them. We also need to understand them deeply and use that understanding to live a strong, honorable, and respectful life. Step 2. Personal integrity. Being honest is the most important thing you can do to become a strong, respectable guy. Being honest, keeping your word, and acting the same way in all parts of your life is what it means to be authentic. Being honest isn't the only thing that shows you have integrity. Your deeds should always match your values, even when no one is looking. Miyamoto Musashi, who was famous for living the strict life as a samurai, stressed the importance of always being honest. He thought that a warrior's pride showed in both their skills and their character. Being personally honest means that what you do matches what you believe. You should be polite to everyone, whether they are a friend, a stranger, or even someone who has hurt you if you say you value respect. Musashi's Dakodo, or the way of walking alone, is a set of moral rules that stress honesty, self-discipline, and strength of character. He taught that a real fighter should never give up their beliefs for status or short-term gain. In everyday life, you can use this concept by keeping your word, like making a work goal or being there for a friend when they need you. Being honest also means taking credit for what you do, whether it's good or bad. Musashi thought that owning up to your mistakes was a sign of power, not weakness. Being honest about your flaws and learning from them shows that you are mature and helps people trust you. Being humble is needed for this method because it means admitting that you are not perfect. It does, however, make room for growth by letting you learn from your mistakes and keep getting better. Keeping your ideals the same, even when it's hard, is another part of having personal ethics. It's simple to follow your values when things are going well, but real honesty is put to the test when things go badly. Even though Musashi fought many fights, both real and imagined, he never wavered in his views. He taught that a fighter should always stay cool and collected, and they should never let their situation control what they do or their ideals be questioned. In modern times, this means sticking to your values even when you feel pushed or tempted to do something different, whether it's in work, relationships, or your own behavior. Being honest also means being open and respectful to everyone, no matter what their job or situation is. A man of character doesn't put others down or use them to get what he wants. Instead, he boosts those around him and earns their respect by being honest. In today's world, where many people are willing to give up their ideals for personal gain, this method is especially useful. Musashi taught us that being strong means following a code of honor, even if it's not the easy thing to do. It takes time and work to become more honest, but the benefits are huge. People around you will trust and respect you more, which will help you build strong relationships based on shared understanding. What's more, understanding that you are living in line with your real self gives you a sense of self-respect and inner happiness. As Musashi wrote, "Honor yourself, honor others, and strive for perfection." You can become a man who is admired by others and by himself if you live your life with honesty everything you do. Being strong and polite as a guy in today's world starts with being in tune with yourself. Step 3. Stand up for what you believe in. Being a strong and respectable man involves standing up for your beliefs and ideals, even when others disagree or things go wrong. This character strength not only makes you respect yourself, but also makes other people value you. In today's fast-changing world, it is crucial to be brave enough to stick to your views and have a clear sense of purpose. Miyamoto Musashi, a famous warrior and philosopher, lived by this philosophy all his life. He knew that real strength comes from within, and having a clear sense of purpose is important for getting through the tough parts of life. To stand up for what you believe in, first find your core ideals, which help you make choices and act. Practice saying them clearly and practice speaking to people clearly, even if someone disagrees with you. Being open and respectful when talking to people is essential for having productive conversations. A mix between being aggressive and showing respect is necessary for productive conversations. It takes guts to stand up for what you believe in, as people may not like your ideas or criticize you if they are different from the majority. Accept the discomfort that comes with standing up for your views, as it means you are growing and your ability to stick to your views will get stronger. Being flexible in life and fighting is another important part of standing up for your views. Being open to new points of view can help you understand things better and make your cases stronger. Being ready to learn not only supports your beliefs, but also shows that you accept other people's ideas, connecting with them more deeply. Being honest is what it means to stand up for what you believe in. People will want to be like you if you are honest with them, and your strong beliefs and honesty will make an environment where respect grows. Musashi's memory lives on as a sign of respect and power, and being a man who sticks to his beliefs can have a long effect on the people around you. Step 4. Continuous learning and growth. To become a strong, respectable man, you need to keep learning and growing. Musashi stressed the idea of shugyo in his lessons, which means a steady, focused effort to get better. He told his students that success is not a goal, but a path that lasts a lifetime. He encouraged them to always be learning new things. This way of thinking is important for dealing with change and keeping ahead in a competitive world. Having a growth attitude is the first step to always learning new things. This means seeing problems as chances to learn instead of things that get in the way of your progress. In the Book of Five Rings, Musashi writes about his worldview, which is about how to change and get through tough times. He told his students that problems were part of the training process and that each one would make them better. If you think this way, you'll be able to handle failures and always look for ways to get better. Reading, learning new skills, and looking for a guide are all useful ways to keep growing. In addition to learning how to use a sword, Musashi also learned penmanship, writing, and art. He thought that having a wide range of skills made the mind stronger and helped people understand the world better. To do this in the modern world, you could read a lot, pick up a new hobby, or ask people who have been there before you for help. Self-reflection is another important part of growing all the time. Musashi often went off by himself to think about what he had done and how he felt. This helped him improve his plans in life and in battle. Today, thinking about yourself on a daily basis can help you see how far you've come, find ways to improve, and set new goals. This practice makes sure that you are growing as a person and not just going through the steps. You will not only learn new things by committing to lifelong learning, but you will also become a source of knowledge and inspiration for those around you, winning their respect by the way you act. Step 5. Respect diversity. In today's linked world, respecting differences is an important part of being a strong and polite guy. It means recognizing and appreciating how each person's culture, background, views, and experiences make them unique. Miyamoto Musashi taught that it's important to see things from different points of view, which is similar to the idea of respecting difference. Musashi thought that to be good at planning, you had to be willing to consider different points of view. To value variety, you should first accept the idea of beginner's mind that Musashi pushed. This means that you should approach every exchange with interest instead of judgment, and you should try to understand instead of forcing your views on others. Talking to someone who has a different point of view is interesting. Pay attention and ask them about their experiences. Musashi thought that every experience could teach him something. He said, in strategy, it is important to see faraway things as if they were close, and to take a distance view of near things. By following this concept, you can improve your relationships and learn more. Fighting your biases is another part of honoring variety. We all have views that we are not aware of that can affect how we see other people. Musashi's lessons tell us how important it is to know ourselves and question what we think we know. Think about your preferences and be ready to deal with them. Being willing to look at yourself is a sign of strength because it means you care about justice and personal growth. Respecting difference also means acting in a way that includes everyone. Make places where everyone, no matter what their background is, feels respected and heard. Musashi thought that a good leader knew the skills and flaws of each of their followers and changed their plan to bring out the best in each person. In the world we live in now, this can mean fighting for equality, allowing different points of view in conversations, or making sure everyone has a chance to speak in groups. People will respect you more if you accept differences because it shows that you value everyone's worth. This method encourages peace, teamwork, and a sense of belonging, elements needed for any situation where strong, respectful relationships are needed. Step 6. Show empathy and kindness. Kindness and empathy are important parts of power and respect. They include knowing how other people feel and being there for them when they need help. It's easy to lose touch with people these days, but these traits will help you connect with others and earn their trust. Even though Miyamoto Musashi was a very strong fighter, he knew how important it was to be kind. He thought that real strength wasn't just about being strong physically, but also about being able to connect with other people on a personal level. Listening with empathy is the first step. If you really listen to someone, you confirm their feelings and make them feel like you get them. Musashi's worldview stresses deep insight, which means not just seeing but also understanding what's beneath the surface. This will help you connect with others by letting you know how they feel and what worries them. Allow people to fully express themselves by asking open-ended questions and not cutting them off, by showing that you value their point of view. This practice builds trust and a sense of connection. As opposed to this, kindness is when you help someone out without asking anything in return. Musashi's lessons were mostly about the art of fighting, but they also talked about how important it is to be strong and gentle at the same time. He thought that every fighter should know when to be kind. Kindness in everyday life can look like saying something positive to someone, helping a coworker with a job, or being patient when things get tough. These small acts of kindness can make a big difference, making the world a better place and winning you respect. To be compassionate and kind, you also need to be open to being hurt. Musashi taught that to be a good fighter, you have to be open to the world around you and not be proud of who you are. This means owning up to your mistakes, saying sorry when you need to, and being humble in your relationships. Being so open builds stronger ties and makes you look like a caring boss. People will see you as strong but loving, strict but understanding if you show them care and kindness. That's what makes a man truly strong and respectful, someone who leads with both power and heart. Today, becoming a strong, polite man is a path that takes hard work, self-reflection, and a desire to grow. It's about getting better at handling your emotions, being honest, standing up for what you believe in, learning new things all the time, accepting differences, and being kind and understanding. Miyamoto Musashi's lessons have always been useful on this road because they tell us that real power comes from controlling the mind and spirit as well as the body. By following these rules, you can develop the traits of a strong, honorable man, one who inspires and uplifts those around him and leaves a legacy of strength and honor.